Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dice Commando YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, with you here as always. This is the Commando Cast, a video cast about all things Star Wars Destiny. This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando.
Mandalore has some pretty awesome female leads, and they've been represented by ARH on the table as also some pretty strong characters. Today, I'm looking at Bo-Katan Kryze and Sabine Wren, comparing the two and looking at the options and builds available for each. Hey there, Star Wars Destiny folks. Welcome back to Dice Commando and the Commando Cast. Thanks for checking in on yet another Destiny Friday. I hope things have been going great for you guys and everything's been going great. All right, so today I wanted to check in on, it's no secret, I've been a huge Bo-Katan fan. I could not wait for that card to come out, and I also was very, very excited when we saw Sabine Wren. And maybe that's a flavor thing, but maybe it's also because of, the way I look to build decks. These guys filled some pretty similar roles. So let's just run down them real quick. So Bo-Katan, do you remember she's 14-17 as per the current points balance. So she has a 3-gun, a 2 melee, a shield, a resource, and a special, which does 3 unblockable indirect. She also has the PA, which can force a resolution, and then you get a bonus on your resolution. She clocks in at 13 health. Coming in at 14-18, so 1 point higher, we have Sabine Wren, the Mandalorian warrior, 2-gun, 3-gun, the 2 disrupt, a resource, and a special, as well as the blank. Her PA lets that disrupt or another disrupt on the table become indirect. And then that special is super good, dude, super good. Deal 1 damage to each of an opponent's characters, re-roll this die instead of removing it, and you know it's going to roll into like a gun or something else. Rock on, baby. Now she's coming in at 14 health. So you look at these guys side by side. For 17, you get 13 health. For 18, you get 14 health, and arguably a better die, arguably. But they're pretty similar overall, right? Sabine has the edge, but she's also that 1 point more expensive. But it's no secret that the difference between a 13 and a 12 can really change your deck makeup. Now it's no secret that Sabine can be, both of these ladies can be paired with Extremist Campaign and Mono, but Sabine also has the advantage of having Spectre Cell available to her, and it's no secret that Zeb, currently at 13, can scratch that edge. Right, so looking at these two in terms of a actual comparison, like a realistic comparison, to me, the big thing that pops out on Bo-Katan with her advantage is the fact that she's a trooper. Now, she's a leader as well, but the big thing is trooper, and where that really pops into relevance for me is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the mission that never ends. Now, this was obviously, this card itself got a balance, Bo got a balance, this card itself got a balance. Because of the interplay between these two, it's very clear that those are very, very, very strong, right? We've seen 2 balances associated with it. But we've gotten new cards that can fit with it. One of the deck builds that I've been playing around with is Bo-Katan and New Finn, right? New Finn clocks in at that 12 spot. So you can scratch that 1 point itch there with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Finn does not, right? When you first look at Finn, he doesn't look all that good, right? But he's actually pretty good, right? At that 12 points. He's got good health for his value. He effectively has 4 damage sides, a little bit of soft mitigation or die, not really die improvement, die chance improvement. But either way, 4 damage sides effective is pretty good. And so, yeah, you get that, you could potentially luck chain, re-roll as get a luck chain and keep going. But, you don't count on that. But again, look at him, it's 4 damage sides. You're probably not re-rolling his dice very often. And that's not a bad thing. The other bonus here that is the hugest bonus, is that that makes it pretty easy to play with red. So you can bring in your Westars, which are pretty good. Now, even in this case, if we look at Finn, he can be played with Sabine. You can do it. That said, you can't, I mean, you don't get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing. I mean, it's fine. So, when I really look at him, I think it fits really well with Bo-Katan. So, right, because Bo-Katan, you'd ideally want to, someone like Rex or a 13 or something, right, to try and maximize that. Again, maybe a 14 with Extremis or something, but then you lose the Westar pings, which do matter. Right, going over to Sabine then, if we're trying to stay within that yellow-red range, which we all know is very good, her with Wedge is not pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, which is better than pretty good. Double, triple pretty, whatever. It's good. You get the same thing. Now, it's not that you can't play Sabine's Westar with Bo-Katan, but I don't see why you would. You play, you get basically, because you're going to play 2 copies of that, so you have Westars with redeploys floating around the table. They're elite. You can throw in some ships if you want with Wedge. You can do the play currently where you make Sabine a pilot, then they all get +1 health, and it's pretty good, right? It's a pretty good option available. So both of these ladies have very viable red pairings. They both present something a little different, but fundamentally it's overall the same concept. I mean, I think it's a little bit too cute to try and count on making Sabine a pilot, but it's pretty good, right? So it's no joke that it's no secret that piloting is good. So, I probably give her the edge in those two, with the exception of the fact that she can now run Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again. And most of the time, I think they're going to go for Sabine. I think your opponent's going to go for Sabine before they go for Finn, right? So you're going to get to do her dice on the roll-in. So I think, I think Sabine has the edge slightly in this particular comparison, but only slightly, right? So there's very different ways you can go here. I think ultimately the decks end up, obviously you're going to have a lot of different cards in the Wedge version because you're going to be playing the piloting thing, but fundamentally the decks overall look the same, right? You're not really trying to ramp or anything like that. You're just kind of trying to play and control. You have access to your headstrongs, you have access to your power of the tribes. I mean, it's just classic yellow-red Destiny. And I think you just got to go and stick with what your play style is, right? And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, by and large, is going to be worth 2 to 3 value, probably. So the question is, does Wedge pump out 2 to 3 additional more value than Finn does, right? We were talking about the damage sides. They're relatively comparable there, right, in terms of the damage sides if you put those two side by side. So then at that point, it really comes down to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for your more aggro, or it comes down to piloting, which by and large, piloting serves in these cases to kind of give you a little bit more staying power, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, because it is, do you really play these? And again, if you go look at there are all sorts, I want to be very clear here, there are all sorts of mono yellow pairings, right? You have Boba Fett, you have the new Boba Fett, you have Fennec Shand available for, I'm talking Bo here, of course, right? And you also then have, basically Zeb is the comparison there, right? So does Sabine Zeb versus Bo and Boba with it, or Fennec with Extremist, and any number there, right? One of the issues with Extremist is extra cards are great, but you do dilute kind of what you want to do. And then I think with I don't know. I think the Boba thing actually is not horrible. The difference there, though, is that if you're going Boba, there's probably better pairings for Boba, right? I think that's where Bo-Katan kind of falls out in this comparison. Is sure she could do it, and it might be really good, but it's probably better if you do something right if you're going Boba angle. So it's really the focus that I'm having here is using these ladies as the centerpiece for your deck. And the nice thing about both of the red versions that we talked about is both of their side characters are pretty decent characters and can carry it when the other one goes down. So yeah, both of them are really, really great. I've been playing with both of them. Right now I seem to prefer the Sabine one because she's a little more aggro, but that's kind of my style. And I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? What else have you been? Has anybody? We haven't seen a bunch of Bo-Katan lately, right? I mean, she went up in points, and that's what tends to happen, which is fine. And Sabine's newer. So have you guys been playing anything? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. What have you guys been playing? What have you guys been trying? Are there any pairings we didn't talk about here? I didn't talk about too many because I'm mostly laser focused in on the red yellow. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking, what you've been trying, and let's get the conversation started. And again, I wanted to, huge shout out to ARH. Both of these are really cool cards. I think they're both really thematic and really well done. And I cannot wait for the spot gloss of Sabine. That's going to be super cool to see. So anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in today. Happy Destiny Friday. Have a great weekend, and go Commando.